Hey guys, so I just came back from the trip to Louisiana where Roly launched a new laser that was with Louisiana hobby guy shop. So it was actually quite nice. We hang out before. I have a interview that I have a couple minutes before they start everything with the live and all that. So check this interview. Put all your comments after on the video about this new laser. I'm gonna say I'm very impressed with the level of innovation because as many other companies say they are being innovating, they are just reusing what is already in the market and making it look pretty. But this one is different and is really promising. I was really surprised, and I'm sure you guys are going to love this laser. So take a look at this machine. Let's talk after the video. All right, Leo.
Hey, Daniel.
We finally meet in person. So we are right now by Louisiana Hobby Guy. This is his shop, right? Yeah. And today is gonna happen. Bunch of stuff. A lot of different stuff is gonna happen today. I think it's a leap forward in the industry. We have a new baby behind me.
That's right.
Can you tell me more about what is the name? And thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. So this machine is called the Galvomatic, and it's the world's first flying Galvo desktop laser. So we're combining the speed of the Galvo with the workbench size and the versatility of a traditional diode laser. So we're trying to get the best of both worlds here. And I think that's what we did. Yeah.
Nice. And so this video is going to be after the whole live stream because we are actually hours prior the live stream. So you're nervous?
Yeah, I'm definitely nervous. I hope it all goes well. Rich keeps on telling me live streams are they never go according to plan, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, live streams are hard. I used to have a little bit of live stream, but I decided to go a little bit more into recording. It's easier to cut and put together stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
But here's the thing. I've been playing with Roly Laser, and a lot of you guys already saw me. I've been doing the evolution of Roly Laser. And always talking with Leo on Facebook, back and forth, different things. Hey, this can be better, this can be that, or do you saw this new technology that is coming and things like that. So we always in touch. And one day he messaged me and he said, "Do you saw this?" And it was this baby, the first demo. He sent me a little video of what is going on. So Galvo lasers. You don't know what a Galvo laser. Galvo lasers usually use a galvanometer head that is a small servo motors moving mirrors, and the laser goes and reflects in these mirrors and draw the pattern that you need on the material, and using a special lens that is a F theta lens. Okay. Also, he combined it with the diode lasers. So this is in this case, this one here is a dual source. So we have a diode laser, there is a blue light laser, and we have also a fiber laser. This combined on a gantry, and at the same time, the Galvo. That means that you are optimizing the time. You're going 2 times faster, 4 times faster, and in some cases up to 200 times faster, depending the level of engraving that you're doing, right? Now, tell me a little bit more of what is the biggest challenge that you face in this technology, because this is a complete new, it's in for everyone.
Yeah, it's definitely been a learning experience trying to develop this laser. Because it doesn't exist, so we had to make it from scratch. And there's the first draft of the laser, we actually had, for example, the diodes at the back of the machine going through 2 reflective mirrors, like the fiber is doing right now. Mm-hmm. And we learned that's not really a thing you can do with blue diodes because the beam diverges too much. It's not as safe as fiber and CO2. Right. So we had to tear that up and then go back to the drawing board and change it completely. We put the diode on the tool head. We added liquid cooling because we knew we wanted the tool head to be light. It's already got the Galvo. It's already got the diode. So we added liquid cooling. That was a huge change. And the focus distance through the F theta lens is different for different wavelength. that's something we found out throughout the development process, and that's a process we really enjoyed. I think the process of finding out what makes it work, what makes it possible, is that itself, I think, is really rewarding. Yeah, for me.
And let me tell you one thing. Something that I found that you did in this machine that I have so many people with other machines wondering. I have a dual source. I have the blue light and I have the fiber, but I don't have an air assist. You guys fixed that problem because you have a source for the cutting. So it's a robotic arm. It's just like when you go to a manufacturer and they're building a car and you see this arm that goes in different places in weld, right?
Yeah.
So your arm actually goes down to be able to cut and at the same time push air through a nozzle with your system that is automatically kicking in when you send the job. So you're cutting and blowing air to avoid any flames at the same time that you have a galvanometer working in different other aspects. So it's dividing. What we were talking is the technology you're bringing right now to the table is basically a nexus between the laser and light burn to ensure connectivity, not just for the wireless part, making it stable, but also to control a specific part of the laser, like what it's going to be cutting, what it's going to be engraved, and give the advantage of the movement, right? Also, you have a 4 gig for our tumblers. So basically now on a desktop laser, we're going to be able finally to put 4 tumblers at the same time and send a job and do it with a Galvo, do it with the fiber in this case, and expedite our production. So the machine is really a machine made for a high production environment.
That's right.
And that's super important. Now, what are the safety, the options that we have in this machine? What you guys saw as a safety precaution? So we have the air assist. Everything is with limit switches. I'm sure that you are implementing the rest of the function that you tilt when the machine is turn off or similar things like that. Emergency button or something like that is going to be implemented on the equipment. What do we have expecting on this?
Yeah. So we don't have the tilt detection, but the safety definitely is a top priority for us. In terms of having a USB access key, having an emergency stop, having they call it dual interlocks on the cover, which we have for the lasermatics as well.
Right. So you open and automatically close.
That's
the
right.
Laser, stop the laser.
That's right. So that's all the part and parcel for FDA Class 1 certification. So we have that as well. But there's a few other things because we've been at it doing lasers for a few years now. We know kind of what can go wrong. And one thing that can go wrong is Lightburn is a streaming G-code sender. So as long as you're engraving for however many hours even, it requires a constant connection. And as soon as that connection drops, you don't know what's going to happen. And one of the failure modes is the laser stops moving, but it's still firing. And that can definitely create fires. So the way we get around that is we grab all the data from Lightburn and we send it to the laser as a file in one go. So we don't require that constant connection. So that's I think that's a big way
that's huge.
To sidestep that risk. Also, as you alluded to, we have a buddy program, a companion program that bridges the data from Lightburn and the machine. And that program, in conjunction with the camera, can run image recognition to detect if there's fire, if there's no fire, at a fairly low frequency, maybe once every 2 or 3 seconds.
Right.
And if there is a fire, it's going to shut off right away.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, let me ask you something. What is that consideration that anyone will need to have this machine in their home? Because number one, this is not a plastic machine. There's other companies making machines from 10 watts all the way to 60 watts, and the machine is made of plastic. Yeah. This machine is heavy, and right now it's on a heavy-duty table. So this is not the kind of machine that you're going to put on your plastic table, right? So tell me a little bit more about the frame of this machine, because so far the only plastic that I see is the shield and the drag chain.
Yeah. Well, I think there's nothing wrong with using plastic if you engineer it well. I think for us, in terms of the performance requirements we're trying to achieve, it makes sense to use a metal frame. So the horizontal members going across the machine is still like we have in the lasermatic, is extruded aluminum. The side panels we're doing in die-cast aluminum this time. It's CNC'd right now since this is a prototype, but in the production it's going to be a die-cast frame. We even thought about if we had to weld the frame. If we weld the frame here, buff it down, and then we paint it at the same time, because the die-cast frame has to be painted. We don't plan to anodize it. Right. But with our drop testing, we think that's not really necessary. This thing has a lot of I guess safety margin in terms of rigidity.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's a hefty boy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and but I think we're pushing the boundary to this is as big and as heavy as you want to have on a table. It's still a desktop laser, but this is about as big as you can push it, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
And right now in this version, that is kind of the same distance of the XW. This one is on a 19 by 16, right? The size, I believe?
It's 24 by 16.
24 by 16.
Yeah.
And also, one of the things that I like in this, one of the things that I like on Roly is whatever you look at the machine is always nice and tight. It's not something that you are wiggling stuff to put in. And if you ever bought a Roly machine, you will notice they don't hold their stuff necessarily with a zip tight. They have brackets. Yeah. They actually have custom built brackets that have the whole machine attached with the screws, and everything is secure. In that way, any person who get the machine, they know that everything is in the right place. Your machines usually come pre-calibrated. Your machines come pre-tested. There's a person that you're not guys not seeing in the video, Dimitri. Dimitri is like one of the biggest with Roly automations, and that guy will foolproof basically anything that comes on this machine before. And awesome guy. We just had breakfast today and talking a little bit more. So it comes with all the basic any other Roly has. The extraction fan, like all Roly, it's a 4 inches, right? Or 6 inches extraction, 4 inch extraction fan. Normally it's enough. I tested, and it's enough if you are venting out on a window. I use a different system on the side because I'm indoors. Yeah, exactly. And in that case, it's recommended to remove your fan to actually go to the system. And everything is concealed. You don't have cables hanging and all that. So this is a Core XY system compared to the other Rollies were basically a gantry system. And another thing that you still have in this Core, instead rods like 3D printers, in this Core you're still using linear rails, which gave more stability of movement. So you can achieve maximum speed. Can you tell me what is your maximum speed that kind of we're going to be expecting?
Yes, so right now we are pushing up to 800 millimeters per second on the Core XY motion system. So that's how fast the tool head can move. And then the Galvo on top of that can scan up to 2,000 millimeters per second. And of course, being a Galvo is going to accelerate, the effective acceleration of the laser dot on the workpiece is going to be way, way higher than any traditional mechanical movement, right? So that's what we have right now. We still have some time to push it higher, but yeah, 800 and 2,000.
That's great, because normally when people say that they have a 600 millimeters per second in their laser, you really are having 400 or something.
Yeah, you're not using it.
Yeah, because that's the thing. People says, I have a Galvo laser that goes 10,000 millimeters per second. That's acceleration. That's not engraving speed. That's how fast change from point A to point B jump. It's not the engraving speed. Your engraving speed is 2,000 or probably 4,000 in the highest end Galvos. But I mean, that comes with a pretty cost, you know. So I'm not going to talk about pricing. I'm not going to talk about anything. I will put all the links in the description below so you can go And this is going to be on pre-sale. And when you expect shipping or start shipping these machines to US?
So we're doing pre-orders right now, like you said, and we expect to ship these machines to U.S. customers from our Southern California warehouse at the end of July. And for other regions, including Europe, the UK, Canada, Australia, is going to be at the end of August. And for the rest of the world, we'll still continue to ship from our Shenzhen warehouse, starting at the end of July also. I should mention, with the exception of shipping from China, every other case is going to be, shipping included with the machine.
Right. Right. So there you guys have it. This guy here, I mean, it's a pretty machine. It's big, it's hefty, it's heavy. I can tell you that. I just seen it. I haven't lifted, but I can tell you it's heavy. And I don't want to even ask the weight, but I'm gonna guess that it's at least 30 pounds.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's at least 30 pounds of machine. So you're gonna get a good machine, heavy equipment for you, and definitely it's built heavy duty style. I think it's leaning on the right direction. I mean, I've been using laser for a while. You guys know that. I've been using Roly for a while. Roly became my favorite diode laser all whole time. Doesn't matter what company send me whatever or what I buy from whatever. All I use and all I do basically on a diode is on my Roly. And this one here is going to expedite my work because now I'm going to make everything 4 times, 5 times faster, especially with the rotary jig that they have with 4 chocks. I mean, you can put 4 tumblers, and I'm gonna guess that it will fit at 30 ounces on the jig.
32 with a 4-inch opening, no problem. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So you put it there, and you can do 4 at the same time, and that's great because that part of taking one out and putting one, that's gonna expedite the process of everything. So links are going to be in the description below. Leo, thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate everything you're doing. This is an innovation at the best, in my opinion. I think it's going to be something to look for. And I'm really looking forward to put my hands on one of these and start doing tutorials and demos and show people how it works. As always, thank you so much for everything you're doing in the industry. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you for coming all the way down here. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. So, I think this laser is going to change the way we work. If you are working mainly on light burn, this laser doesn't need nothing special. It will work with light burn just as every other laser that is meant to be a workhorse. Now, Roly has been for a while one of my favorite lasers to use, and definitely my to go with a diode laser. And they're improving version over version. Right now they have the regular diode, which is the MK2, and the MK2W or XW, which is the extra large with a 24 by 16 bed, which is great because pretty much all the materials will fit in there. As a diode, doesn't cut clear acrylic or translucent blue acrylics and things like that. But I prefer to engrave my woods and especially bamboo with a diode because it's a hotter laser, so it gave me a better, darker results. 30-40 watts are really good for engraving and have good results and cut some materials. I'm mainly using on engraving mine, but this laser also now includes the fiber. So you have an option to buy the 40 watt and the 20 watt fiber. Now, what are the advantages of a fiber in this kind of configuration? Number one, the size of the bed. If you see the size of the bed, it's a 24 by 16 on the larger one, and you have a fiber laser with that amount of bed. So you can put a whole sheet of metal to engrave it. You can do a whole sign on metal and engrave it. You can put lots of knives. You can put lots of different things, lots of business cards at the same time, and engrave a large format bed. And it's really nice because it's not a gantry fiber like other companies that goes left and right. This one actually goes and uses the whole benefits of a Galvo laser. So As you saw in the video, this is really promising. It's coming really soon to the market. The price, I believe, is between $2,000 to $3,000 range, depending on that configuration. And he also has this awesome rig that is basically 4 rotaries on a whole plate, so you can put the full tumblers. Now, the question that people were doing is, it will hold at 40 ounces. Yes and no. And this is the reason. This is, think, on the most commercial size. This is at 32 ounces. But you can also use your regular rotary, because you have the bed that lowers, and you can remove the honeycomb and you can put the rotary lower. And you can do a 40 ounces or even bigger, because you can also remove the base to put the laser higher, and you can do a whole bowl. So you're not limited by this. This is just one of the configurations that happens to be probably the most commercial item. They have the jig table, so you can jig your stuff on a metal table like a Galvo laser style, like a fiber laser, if you will. And water cooling, so you're gonna have less problems with the soot into your laser module. So you're not gonna have all these problems of all these fumes being sucked into the laser module. And the head where the lens is for the Galvo is a seal compartment, so that's maintenance free virtually. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Please leave your comments below. We're gonna keep talking with Leo more and more as this machine finish development. Right now they are on pre-sale. It's $100 deposit, and for US market they are expecting to start shipping at the end of July, which is not too far from now. So put your hands there. They kind of achieve everything like first come serve, or first serve comes, something like that. I don't remember the word. But go for it. I think it's going to be a really good laser to have on your arsenal, especially if you are working with batch production. So thank you guys very much. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and as always, fire the laser.